Hello my friends, you're listening to Ebird Online. Guys, we gotta talk. Well, maybe at least I've gotta talk. In the past couple of weeks, many things about Nikki and her fiancé Justin have come to my attention, and I'm duty bound to share it all with you. And also this week, Justin, aka Igor, is in rather a lot of hot water because of an offensive outfit he wore on Instagram. So we'll discuss that a little bit more at the end of the video. But guys, before we get into anything, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And guys, don't forget to share this video on your social media if you know anybody else who might be interested. Thanks guys. Right, so without further ado, I give you Nikki and Justin. So finally this week we get to see Nikki and Justin on screen together, and we get to observe up close their on-screen chemistry, or should I say lack thereof. But just before we get into all of that, something happened just before Nikki boarded the plane, which for me shone an entirely different light on the whole of this relationship. So Nikki was with her friend driving to the airport. She was moaning on as she normally does about everything that she wanted Justin to be, i.e. not Igor. And so her friend started off by saying everything she hears from Nikki about Justin is negative. Yeah, we FaceTimed and then we fought. We went for drinks and then we fought. We went to dinner, again we fought. And guys, then she said she does not think that Justin is in this relationship 100%. 100%? Oh guys, from everything I've seen so far, I give it 15%. And that's me being, as I so often am, very, very generous. And guys, before Nicole's friend opened her mouth, I had thought, well, Justin must like her because it's quite a big deal in Moldova. In fact, God, anywhere, but especially in Moldova, to date a trans woman. And it's an even bigger deal to do it on international TV, so I thought there must be something there. But then Nikki's friend illuminated the whole relationship for me.
She does give him an allowance. I'm not sure how much, but it is a nice chunk. She pays for every vacation that they go on, and she does pay for his cosmetic surgeries, his nose, his teeth, his cheeks, his hair, his eyes, his eyebrows, whatever he needs done, it comes out of Nicole's pocket.
Wait, what? She's paying all of his expenses? And not just out-of-pocket things, but daily expenses. And that's not to mention the thousands of dollars that it costs for the K1 visa. Oh guys, I'm beginning to smell a love rat. And I can also smell an absolute desperado. Yes, Nikki, I'm sorry baby girl, come through, that's you. You're paying for all of Justin's expenses, and even extending yourself to pay for a nose job, etc. And as such, you know, and I know, and we all know, you're pretty much purchasing Justin. And what we'd all like to know is, if you stop the payments, would you still have a relationship? So Nikki boards the plane, and when she finally arrives in Moldova, Justin's there, ready to greet her with a bunch of red roses. Oh no, my mistake, they're red flags. So Nikki stalks through the airport in high heels, ensconced head to toe in skin-tight black leather. She's a heady mix of hair extensions, hips, booty, and lots of makeup. And to say she stands out is quite the understatement. Everybody in the airport is staring as she struts through customs and she throws her arms around Justin. But guys, look at this. He looks, how can I say, ever so hesitant to kiss Nikki. I wouldn't say that this was the ideal greeting.
This is my fiancée Nicole, and I feel in love. And
Oh.
Really? Guys, is that the kiss of somebody who's so in love? I don't know, I don't think so. And so he presents her with the flowers that she's no doubt purchased herself, and the couple make their way to Justin's car. Now guys, this week a lot has been said about Nikki and her thirst for the physical side of the relationship with Justin, and she doesn't waste any time in packing as many innuendos into the first 5 minutes of the meeting as is humanly possible. She went above and beyond. First she said she was hungry and she asked for some Russian sausage. And then she told Justin that she had a tingly feeling in between her legs. Wait, what? Tingly feeling in between your legs? I think you'll find that's thrush. The tightness of your leather trousers would have seen to that. Guys, who flies in leather trousers? It's quite literally a bacterial breeding ground. Sorry guys, I apologise for that. And so the couple go to get afternoon tea in a gorgeous little cafe. And as the couple sit there hand in hand, Justin starts to look super stressed. He lets production know, I'm really nervous and worried because everybody's staring at Nikki and I think they might be able to tell she's trans. And then Justin casually drops it to Nikki that he thinks they should go out during the day and never ever at night. Oh Lord, Nikki smells a rat and she asks the following.
Are you afraid of taking me out in public at night because you're scared that they're going to judge me on the way that I look, or they're going to be able to tell I used to be a man?
And guys, for what it's worth, I think it's both of those things. But I think there's also something that Nikki hasn't considered or hasn't said here, and that's the fact that if they do get into any trouble, they might well be physically attacked. And whilst Justin might be able to handle himself, he's going to be entirely responsible for looking after Nikki as well. So I've got to say, in this instance, I understand why he's asking her to tone things down a bit. Everywhere is not America, everywhere is not as open. Like I say every time we mention Moldova, set your watch back 30 years. But Nick is wearing her rather too familiar, unhappy face. And I can kind of see this issue from both points of view. Yes, I can fully understand that it might be dangerous in Moldova. But on the other hand, Justin, this is how Nikki looks, this is how she presents herself. If you don't like it, perhaps you shouldn't be dating her, perhaps you shouldn't be looking at getting married. You've asked her many times to tone it down and to not wear as much makeup. And she said in no uncertain terms, I'll do what I want, I don't care about these people or what they think. And so given that information, I don't think this relationship is the right fit for you. But Nikki's got the bit between the teeth now. She wants to know, how does Justin view her? Oh, Nikki, be careful what you wish for, you might just get it.
You look like a born actress.
Okay, well, that's better than a man or trans or
Okay,
a
like
dude.
a trans born actress.
Oh, guys, I wish I could call him wrong, but I genuinely can't. And before anyone says, that's really nasty, don't talk about people's looks, this is the aesthetic that she's chosen. I'm not necessarily talking about her looks per se. She's chosen the big boobs, the big butt, the tight clothes, the OTT makeup, the long hair extensions. She has chosen a PORN aesthetic. It's just a fact. She chose it, and she could change it with the click of a finger if she wanted to. And Justin said, well, Nikki, I'd rather stay in the evenings. And she said, no way. I want to go out drinking in lounges. You're not going to shut me away. And at this point, Justin actually said, this is for our own safety. But now Nikki's come up with a new theory. And her theory is that he's secretly dating somebody else from the Moldova nightlife. And he doesn't want Nikki to find out. Nikki, when hearing the clatter of hooves, think horses, not zebras. Usually the most likely scenario is true. He's sitting telling you that it's unsafe. He's sitting telling you that you attract too much attention. And what do you take from all of that? I think he's seeing someone else. Guys, I'm beginning to realise that Nikki lives quite relentlessly in her own world. And so next time we see this couple, they're at Justin's apartment. And what an apartment it is. It's straight from the 1980s. And once more, Justin's had his hands in Nikki's pockets. And she lets us know that she gave him some money so he could renovate the bathroom. Guys, it seems to me he's forgotten to do it. I genuinely can't see what's new. I just can't. Maybe he purchased second-hand wallpaper. Anyway, Justin shows her around the rest of the apartment. And Nikki proves once again that she has a serious problem controlling her lusty inclinations. Because as soon as they got into the bedroom, she leapt onto the bed, rotted up and down, and she fixed Justin with a stare, and she said this is where the magic happens. And Justin tries to evade her advances. To very little, well in fact, to no avail.
Gonna give me a shower? Or what? Are you gonna shower me?
I don't know.
Nikki, you can take that as a no. Although, Justin, you might want to shower her, given what she said earlier about the heat between her legs. I think it would be rather a good idea. Anyway, next time we see this couple, it's the following morning, and the couple are messing around in bed, but we discover from Nikki that in fact they didn't make love the night before, and Justin tells us they were both too tired. Come on guys, spare a thought for Justin. He's absolutely knackered from carrying that massive bunch of red flags and going for afternoon tea. They decide to go out for a walk in the park, and Nikki informs Justin it's going to take her about an hour and a half to get ready. And he said, an hour and a half? And she said, yeah, when I get really dressed up to go out in the evening, it takes about 3 hours. Guys, according to Nikki, she's a makeup artist, and I know from my previous business, where I had many of my students and staff doing makeup on fashion shoots and London Fashion Week and so on, that there is no shoot or set in which 3 hours would be an okay amount of time to do makeup on a model. You've usually got about 30 to 45 minutes. Very interesting. And as Nikki sits on the floor putting on her war paint, Justin asks, how many hours have you got left? But by now Nikki's getting exasperated, and she tells Justin, you know it takes me a long time to put my makeup on, so why are you asking? And she says later on to production, Justin's really changed. He didn't mind how much makeup I wore before he knew I was trans, but as soon as he knew, he wants to try and change me. Is that correct, guys? From what I can see of the old pictures of Nikki and Justin, she wore an awful lot less makeup previously, and she looked far more natural. I'm not saying that he hasn't changed, but it's almost certainly true that she has changed. As each year ticks by, her makeup seems to get heavier and heavier. We have been given the gift of sight, Nikki, we do know. But she decides to very firmly lay down the law to Justin.
At the end of the day, you're not going to control my style, my hair looks, and my makeup.
That's all?
So finally, Nikki's ready, armour on, and they leave the house. And so they go to a beautiful park, and Nikki decides she wants to buy some candy floss. And then the strangest little interlude happened. Justin managed to get some ice cream on Nikki's face. And she started saying, oh my god, and hyperventilating, there's ice cream on my face, Justin, lick it off. Quite understandably, not wanting to get a whole gobful of foundation, Justin at first politely declined, and then steadfastly refused. And then Nikki went over to the candy floss lady, and she said, can you believe my fiancé won't lick my face? What? Nikki, where do they do that at? Where is it socially acceptable to lick somebody's face in public? And it did amuse me because the candy floss lady, well, she wasn't having any of it. She pretty much ignored the whole scenario. Justin got her a tissue and, well, crisis averted. Justin's got his work cut out with this one. I don't even think the green card that he's so clearly after is even worth it. And so the couple sit down in the park and they play a little wooden puzzle, which is kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, without a picture. Guys, it's just good, clean, Moldovan fun. Those winter nights must just fly by. Anyway, Nikki's none too impressed. She tells us she would have preferred wine and a picnic. I'm just surprised she's not just happy to be spending time with her lover after so long. And I have a sneaking suspicion that whatever Justin does, it's never going to be enough. And then she tells production if this is Justin's game, no wonder he's still single at 36. Nikki, possibly part of the reason he's still single at 36 is because you had a 2-year relationship with him during which you lied about your past, and then you blurted it out during an argument that you were in fact trans, and you traumatised the boy. He went back to Moldova, tail between legs, and according to him, fell into a deep depression. It wouldn't surprise me if he has trust issues and all sorts of trauma connected to that massive deception. Please, for the love of God, take some responsibility. And so, of course, talk turns once more to their lack of sex. Although she's only been there less than 24 hours, Nikki is very sexually frustrated, and she wants to talk to Justin about this in more detail. Maybe Nikki, just maybe Justin, needs to mentally connect to somebody, or reconnect should I say, before jumping into bed. It's entirely possible. Anyway, the couple start arguing about their lack of sex, and Nikki becomes angry and she said, do you know what, I just want to leave, I want to go. And she jumps up and the couple leave the park.
If something doesn't change, and seriously, I think this is so beautiful, yes, thank you. But literally you have within 48 hours to change my mind, or I'm literally leaving.
What? She's giving him a time frame in which he needs to make love to her. Otherwise it's the end of their relationship. Guys, honestly, if I was Justin, I'd tell her to jog on. It's giving me traumatising flashbacks of Kim and Soulja Boy. Remember when she chased him around the bedroom and chased him around that resort? Begging for her yummy. That's the vibe it's giving me. And guys, I don't know much, but there's one thing I know. And that's that threats and desperation aren't conducive to a sexy atmosphere. And that's where we leave things for this week. So guys, what does the Ebird make to all of this? Well, firstly, it would seem to me that neither one of these two are what the other one is looking for. Nick has changed his name from Igor to Justin, and really to me, that's akin to rebranding somebody. He's had lots of plastic surgery, all paid for by Nikki. And in turn, he doesn't like her aesthetic. Since they were dating before, she's obviously had a BBL, a breast job, and she's about 2 operations shy of Michael Jackson. Amongst other things. Justin thinks she looks like a cartoon character. a PORN star, and then a trans PORN star. High praise indeed. It's not great, guys, is it? And guys, whilst I do very much feel sorry for Justin because of what Nikki did to him previously, I guess it's his decision to reconnect with her. But what I saw this week on social media, wow, it's made me see him in a new light. And so apparently this is a picture of him a few months ago, and he's dressed in a Nazi uniform. Now I don't know if this is some sort of joke. I guess he's going to maybe a fancy dress party or something, but for very obvious reasons, it's in completely disgusting taste. He's not a child, he's a 36-year-old man. And honestly, it's made me see him in a whole new light. And in fact, it's completely eroded any sympathy I had for him. But guys, I'd love to know what you think. Do you think that these two are like chalk and cheese? I don't see any spark between them. I think he's using her just to get to the US. And I'd like to say she'll become far less desirable post-visa. But the truth be told, he's pretty much let her know she's undesirable as it is. Justin said he worried that he might be gay or he might be homosexual. Justin, I'll tell you what you are. You're finance sexual. I think if the money dried up, Justin would be gone. And I think if there were no green card dangled, there'd be no Justin. And guess what else? I think deep down Nikki knows that good and well. So guys, let me know what you think in comments down below. Do you think it's possible this can work? I certainly don't. But I guess time will tell. Guys, thank you so much for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, all of that good stuff. And please share this on your social media if you know anybody who might like it. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.
Baby.